Testing, testing, testing. Pathfinders, the pledge. By the grace of God, I will be pure, kind, and true. I will keep the Pathfinder law. I will be a servant of God and a friend to man. The Pathfinder law. The
Pathfinder law is for me to keep the morning watch, do my honest part, care for my body, keep a level eye, be courteous and obedient, walk softly in the sanctuary, keep a song in my heart, and go on God's errands.
Opening prayer.
Prayer attention. Let's all bow our heads and close our eyes. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for all you have given us. Thank you for another day of life, Lord. I thank you for getting us here safely to learn more about you, Lord, today and every day. And I pray that this program can bless us and can bless all the people and can know how thankful we are for all the things they have done for us. And for going for this camp, Lord, I pray that we will just have a great time and that thank you for getting us here safely from camp and going to camp, and that camp was very fun and that we were all blessed by it. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
You may be seated. All right, we wanted to play the theme song for our Camporee. If it's not ready, we'll move on and come back to it. Were you able to pull that one up? Okay. All right, we had a good time. Every evening when we went to the Camporee, we sung the theme song for our Pathfinder Camporee, and we'll find that and play that in just a little bit. One of the first things that our Pathfinders will be doing this afternoon is telling you some of the things they enjoyed most about the trip. It was interesting because when we left our parking lot on the way to Wyoming, we didn't go straight there. Hello? Hello? Testing? We didn't go nonstop. We didn't travel nonstop. We stopped along the way to enjoy the trip. I always do that because some children don't have an opportunity to travel, and it gives them an opportunity to see this wonderful country as far as the beauty that God has given us. So they're going to each come forward and they're going to tell something about the Camporee. And I'm going to start on this side. We'll go all the way down and then this side, all right? Please come forward right after the next person, all right? Starting with Lillian.
Hi. My favorite part about going to Wyoming was the bus ride. It was fun, meeting new people. Meeting new people, the bus ride back. I like putting up the flag.
Yay. It wasn't just
Yes,
putting up the. All right, thank you so much. We hope to have a picture of that a little later. Gilbert, okay. All right, come right up.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Watts, and my favorite part of the Camporee was meeting new people and do a lot of pen trading too. We had tons of lot of activities to do, and that's all.
Hello, everybody. My name is Charlene, and I would say my favorite part about everything was probably the parade at the towards the end, where all of the, I think it was all the Southern Union or all the Southern Union marched around a big parade, and I like marching. It was pretty fun, and everybody was pretty excited by our drill. So that was mine.
Hi, my name is Tania, and my favorite part at the Camporee is being able to do a lot of activities and pin trading. Even though it rained a lot, I was still able to have fun.
My name is Reagan, and my favorite part was pen trading, seeing Mount Rushmore, and meeting new people.
Hi, my name is Ryan, and my favorite part was probably the food. Yeah, the food. And getting to meet new people and all the different restaurants we got to go to. It was really cool.
Tell about the meeting at the Camporee since you said the food.
Oh, okay. So we went to Allegheny West for food, and on the way there we'd have to walk like a mile to get food, and then like we'd eat, and then we'd burn it off going back to the camp, and that was like really fun.
Hello, I'm Amy, and my favorite part of the camp was meeting new people and seeing old people. Oh, no. Not like that, but like people I haven't seen in a while. And then, I also like, Also, I liked the marching parade at the end as well because I was like partly leading it and I really liked it. I loved the drill that we did, and because we were like one of the only people that did the drill, so people were really excited, and the food courts were really good as well. So yeah.
My name is Denver Estabilo, and what I like about the Camporee is the pin trading, viewing the scenes, and the food.
Good afternoon, church. Happy Sabbath. My name is Joseph Martinez. One of my favorite parts of the Camporee. Well, first I'll talk about the trip. The trip, it was an interesting experience. Very uncomfortable for my back, but worth it. We went to Mount Rushmore. As some of you know, I own like a cape. That was fun. It was really windy there. Really, really cool. And then when we got to the Camporee, yes, there was a lot of walking. The food was good. But one day there was a storm. I'm not going to dwell on that too much because, we're trying to keep it happy here. But it was a good thing in a way because it helped me build my faith and have a stronger connection with God. And, well, that's why we went, isn't it? Got my money's worth. Worth it. Have a good Saturday.
Hi, my name is Jaron Palmer, and one of my favorite things about going to the Gillette, Wyoming Camporee was on the way stopping in Omaha, Nebraska. They had a giant park there with a lot of different things to do. They had skating. They had these really tall rocket type things you could climb. They had boardwalks and a lot of lakes and swings and stuff. So that was one of my favorite things. And also, I really loved the food because I really like food, and I liked how the kids got to go around and buy stuff without the adults always right next to you. So I really liked it.
I heard about Mount Rushmore. Oh, you wanted to climb it. Devil's Tower. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Devil's Tower. When you see a picture of it, you'll see why I didn't let Lillian climb it. There are people that climb the mountain every day, and her father did give her permission, but I did not want to do that. But it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Hopefully one day, Lillian, you'll be able to go and climb that mountain. You have to let us know about it. But many people mentioned the food. We ate with Allegheny West, but they also fed 3 other conferences. So we had an opportunity to meet other people from conferences whenever we went to a meal. And when they said they walked a mile to eat, they are not kidding. It was really, you guys said a mile. I clocked it that Sabbath afternoon. It was almost 2 miles. That we walked every, I don't say we, I'm so sorry, because I wanted to be with you guys. But I had really planned I was going to go to our camp each time. I had no idea we would be that far apart. So I was one of the employees working. I think I would have rather been with them because I was off campus most of the time, and I love Camporees and like to be involved. So, but you did cover quite a bit of it, and we're going to have our slides, and you'll be able to see a lot of places and things that they did not mention. Now, Joseph, I see your hand up. You want to come up and tell a little more about the trip?
One thing I did not mention, which I really wish we had known about, you guys know how we said that it was like almost 2 miles to walk to get food? Well, one day we had to run back. You know, running 2 miles isn't exactly the easiest thing to do. Saturday comes. We go to the showers. We walk back. Lo and behold, we see a bus. There was a bus that took us around the camp while we were walking that entire week with no knowledge of this. And the bus was free. You didn't have to pay for it.
I don't think it was there all week. Some of us complained and asked them to send a bus, but that is crazy because we did ask. And I don't think the person in charge of the Camporee knew either. When I talked to him afterwards, he said we're considering supplying transportation the next time. So all right. A lot of them have mentioned pins. Pin trading is a big thing at the Camporee. And our club had a pin that was very popular. Somebody's going to talk about that. Come right on.
All right, so we had a club pin specially made by our director, Ms. Cooper. This is the pin right here. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's an eagle, and it's dangling the club name. It says AFC Eagles Pathfinder Club, and there were only 300 of these in the entire Camporee because this is our specific club pin. And it was a big hit. People really like the dangly. Anything that moves on a pin is definitely one of them special pins. And it was really fun, especially for those of us who didn't have a lot of pins to start off with. Them supplying us pins to trade was very helpful, and it was very fun. So, yeah.
And so many people wanted it. We had 300 of our pins, so you can imagine 65,000 people. 300 pins, that was a rare pin. So I hope they continue to enjoy that, keep that on in their repertoire of pins. Hopefully you'll go to another Camporee. All right, so now we're going to have our slideshow. Someone had asked, they said we needed to say something more. Is there something more that somebody wants to say about the Camporee? You asked me, could you say something more? Now you don't want to? Okay, all right, it's okay, it's okay. And while we're showing the slides, if there's something you'd like to say, please feel free to do so, because this is your trip. And we're going to get ready for that. We were waiting for a picture, but maybe we can show it a little later. Ignacio just sent the one of Lillian putting up the flag. We're going to see some very interesting videos. Okay. Oh, there was one pin that we wanted. They had some very unusual ones. Someone say something. It's right over. Real quick.
Tania wants it.
It was also very nice at the Camporee that since we were eating with Allegheny West, me and my brother got to see some of the people we knew from Cleveland, Ohio's Pathfinder Club, so that was really fun.
I also liked, surprisingly, the community service because it was actually really fun. It was relaxing. It was very satisfying because we had to, at first, they were like, y'all gotta have to do community service and clean tombstones. We were like, huh? Because that was a little skeptical. But we got there, we had a little power washer, had to scrape. It was like nice and relaxing. It was fun. The food situation was, it was good. It was good. But I liked the food courts a lot, but they were also really expensive. But they were good. The walking, never again. That was 20 minutes of walking there and back, plus going to the activities as well. But yeah, it was fun. The activities were fun. It was like Advent Health pins, and then there's like racing car stuff. There was a lot of active activities as well. We went to this place where it had like an indoor swimming pool, like an indoor water park kind of situation, and it was actually really fun. But yeah, there was stuff off campus and on campus that was really fun as well. Oh, we also saw the St. Louis Arch as well. It was good.
About the food court, I remember the lines were super long, and Raynell would make us stand in multiple lines for her so we could get her some stuff.
Yeah, well, as Amy said, community service was fun for some people. My group was let's just say a few people got a little more wet than they thought they would get. Hoses and children do not mix well, especially not irresponsible ones. Like some of the workers, for some reason, grabbed the hoses and started like spraying each other with the hoses. And I think one of them tried to lure me into like taking the blame for it, but I was a little bit too smart for that. Somewhat an intelligent individual. But yes, as they were seeing the St. Louis Arch, me, my sister, and Ignacio had the opportunity to walk by to a nearby cathedral. And it was interesting. Like, looking at the building, its architecture, the stuff they had inside. But what really amazed me was the timing we had to enter. Because there was two doors. One door to enter like a small room, and then that room also had doors that led to like the actual main part, where like all the church, the pews are. And so as we enter the main section, someone starts playing the organ. So we have the privilege of getting a cinematic entrance into a cathedral. I will probably never forget that.
Pathfinders mentioned the community service. There were several clubs, quite a few of the clubs that participated in community service all over the city of Gillette. And even at the cemetery, there were 200 and some Pathfinders that were engaged in that particular activity throughout the week. And that's one of the things that the city mentioned when we left. They appreciated the fact that our Pathfinders were willing to engage in so many activities that left their community a much better place than we found it. And I thank God for that. And without complaining, the students, the children worked so well. The young people worked so well. This was one of the pens that we wanted to show. This is Southern Tidings. Southern Tidings had a set of pens. You know, you receive Southern Tidings, I think it's once a month or bi-weekly? All right. And this was so unusual because each one of these magazines is a pen. And you can actually open the magazine. And this particular one says, Kentucky Pathfinders Learn Chemistry. In Kentucky, Aaron, Gladys, and it names all these young people, how they earned the chemistry honor, and it has a picture of the chemistry honor. So there's a little story in each one of these magazines on the stand. And that was the first time I'd seen anything like that. So many of the pens where you look, that's eight pens in that particular set. And Southern Union or Georgia Cumberland had a set of 14 pens. So then you want to try to collect the entire set. So now you've heard a little bit about the Camporee from the young people. And I see I see Rachel And I see some of the other adults that attended. And if you would like to say something, please feel free to come to the mic. But we're going to the old people. Okay. Did you say you wanted to come? Okay, whenever you want to do it, I'm going to start. We'll start the slideshow, and if you want to comment on that, or if you want to wait until afterward, you can. Oh, Pastor has something he wants to say. He was one of the old people that were there.
I mean, I was the younger among the old. My favorite part was the day that was raining. You see how they went? We could not cross walking, so we had to jump everybody over the fence on the other side to get to the sidewalk in the street. And guess what? I had to jump Renee over. And no, you'll be amazed. It was Rachel couldn't jump. I said, "Jay, Rachel, you're so skinny you can jump by yourself." She could not do it. Could not do it. It was the mom. Also, was remember, she was a lady. Vivian crossed easily. No, but Vivian crossed easily. But I don't know, somehow we could not get Rachel over. And then I had to go Renee, and I said, "Renee, you hold my neck, and I'm going to walk away from the fence, and you walk out with me." But her clothes got caught in the fence. So I couldn't walk with. I had to grab her on top of me, and everybody's trying to cover Renee clothes because it was coming off. So by the time we jump over, Renee and I, we are on the floor because she grabbed me. She didn't want to let me go, and she pulled me all the way back, and we fell down. I cannot show you the video, but we have the video. But that was my favorite part of the whole Camporee. I enjoy it. I can watch the video and laugh myself when I watch the video. If we can, I'm going to show you guys. But I'm going to show you.
That was funny. That was really funny. We're going to listen to, and Pathfinders, I want you to join in on it. Tania, can you just come up with me while they play it? We're going to play our theme song. We sung this song every night. If you can imagine, actually 65,000 people walking to one large area to have a service. Have fun. Come on up. And we would all sing. They always had a praise time, but of course we ended with the theme song. So we're going to play that theme song.
You say you are, we believe. Oh, and what you say you'll do, we believe it too. 'Cause we can count on you. Oh, no need to doubt. Believe the promise is true. In the desert night, a mysterious sight, you unveiled your plan from a burning fire. All our misery, our chains and our pleas, you stretched out your hand and you set us free. And when the enemy's bearing down on me, when the way to freedom is across the sea, the eastward wind obeys your command. You make a way and I see dry land. Who you say you are, we believe. Whoa, and what you say you'll do, we believe it too. 'Cause we can count on you. Whoa, no need to doubt. Believe the promise is true. When I esteem. We think of your promises, timeless and true. We look to the cross, God, and we find you. Who you say you are, we believe. Whoa. And what you say you'll do, we believe it too. 'Cause we can count on you. Whoa. No need to doubt, no. Believe the promise is true. Yes, you are alive. You are all we need. Always by our side. These are your promises. In the darkest times, yes, you give us peace. Bringing hope to life. These are your promises.
Yes, you are alive. You are all we need. Always by our side. These are your promises. In the darkest times, yes, you give us peace. Bringing hope to life. These are your promises.
Who you say you are, we believe. Oh, and what you say you'll do, we believe it too. 'Cause we can count on you. Oh, don't need to doubt, no. Believe the promise is true.
That was fun every night, and to hear all those people, I just get a real kick out of it. And even the theme song is something that young people create. Up until 6 months before the Camporee, you can submit a song that you write, and so they go through all of these submissions, and they choose a song, and that young person, whoever wrote it, they get to go free. So let's start. You see, can we turn? Can you see it all right? Okay, so there you see our young people. All right, so some people came on buses. Agape Tours took us. Some of us flew in. This is our group. They're putting everything there on the bus that's right here in this parking lot, getting ready to go. Y'all are. It was our club, and we went, this is our club, and we went along with West End from Atlanta, Georgia. So we left our parking lot and drove to Atlanta. That was Saturday night. What time do we leave? 9:30, 10 o'clock? Okay. All right, so this is the arch. Where's the arch, everybody? St. Louis, that's right. That's our group. Now you can actually go up into the arch. Since 9/11, they said it takes a while because they go through security. Thank you. It takes quite a bit. So we didn't have an opportunity to do that, but we had a lot of fun. This was a bridge. Isn't that an awesome bridge? Where was this located? Omaha? Okay. I wish I could have been with you guys. You guys went to a lot of places. Okay, I don't know if that's Reagan or, oh, that's Tania? Oh, this, okay, so skating, they skating. Lots of things there at the park. Shelton was shocked when he got there. Shelton's mom sent me this morning to put into the slideshow. Shelton, first he wasn't going to go, and we talked him into going with us. And I thought that would be cool to put right there at the beginning. Oh, I'm really doing this. All right, this is our group. This is on Friday. Every day there's a parade, and it's a different union and different countries. So it's a union from North America and a country and different countries. This is Friday. It was Southern Union. I can't remember all the countries that marched with us. So you can see so many people loved what our young people were doing. Other clubs were just marching or just standing, talking, and our kids were. This gentleman here gave them words of commendation. He was so he was so excited about what he saw our club was doing, and he actually said how disciplined. He talked to them about their discipline and just how well they listened to their director and was able to march during the parade, looking good.
They have so much discipline. It's an honor to watch them.
He's going to walk over and talk to them. I hope you can hear what he's saying.
It's just my observation, and it's just one of many. I've heard many comments. This club is absolutely one of the best, well-disciplined clubs that I've ever seen. I'm sure you all do drill competition. If you don't, you should. You're as good or better than some of the teams I've seen in drill competition. My hat's off to you. You have an excellent director, and you all look fantastic. We wish we could be about half as good. Very, very well disciplined. It's an honor to watch you all do it.
Thank you so much. Your name again, sir?
My name is Mike Harrell. We're from the North Knoxville.
You came to my class. He was in my class. Then we had a special tribute to Pastor Amparo. Now, Pastor Amparo was saying how much he loved grits. So we did a special presentation to the pastor. This is for you.
Attention! G.I. grits and G.I. gravy. G.I. wish I was in the Navy. G.I. wish I was in the Navy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For you, Pastor. At ease. Attention. At ease.
I think he was shocked when we did that. G.I. grits and G.I. gravy. All right. This is one of the worship songs. We have several videos. We'll see if they don't come out clearly. We'll move on. But we just wanted you to hear a little bit about 60-some thousand people singing. There were several screens, you can only imagine with that many people, to make sure that everyone could see. The cape, he mentioned his cape. Joseph wore that cape all the time. So you can see he loved it when he was at Mount Rushmore because there was a breeze. So you see his cape flying in the wind. That's what he mentioned during his talk. Right? This is... All right, some of the people and some of the activities. What's that? Rachel? That's Rachel. That was one of the smart tables. Was that the Kettering? I don't know. Which one was that, Rachel? Do you remember whose display that was? Oh, Advent Health. And there's someone with Rachel. Who is that on the other side? Oh, is that Vivian? Okay. Oh, and we see Vivian and some other people on the right here. There were some amazing activities, and these people went all out for their displays and activities for the young people. Yes, Advent Health. I didn't make it to that one. I wanted to go so bad. Oops. Uh-oh. Some of these didn't get in order. I'm so sorry. They're packing to get ready to go back on the bus. All right. When we arrived, everybody welcomed us. This is Walmart. Welcome, Pathfinders. I'll say a little bit more about that a little later. When we arrived, we received, a large map. So each one of these areas are different unions and where they were to stay. And we had to, of course, find our area. I went a day early. Well, I was there a couple days early so I could find out where we'd be camping. So, right. Right. See the green part? Where Southern Union is the green area to your right. And the food was in the yellow, so we had to walk there. And then the evening you had to go across the street past the yellow to get to the stage area. Okay, these are pictures of our camp. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me know where the pointer was. That's great. This is our camp. And after the storm, I want you to notice these are the tents that we brought. I want you to notice this large tent. I'm going to point it out now because I don't know if you'll see it during right after the storm. But after the storm, our boys' tents were all twisted and totally destroyed. And Walmart gave us this large 2-room tent that all of our Pathfinder gentlemen were able to stay in. After the storm, let me tell you, after the storm, Walmart emptied their store. It was a large store. When I went there to buy things for our club, there were no camping equipment left. They emptied everything out, came out, and was just giving it to the clubs. Just gave out everything. And this lady, I met her, I mentioned something about Walmart. I was on my way to Walmart, and there was a lady in the parking lot, and she said, "We had special prayer for you all night. We were so concerned about your group." And she said, before you started, they provided a service for the community to come to. And she said, wait a minute, Seventh Day what? And this is what she told me. Seventh Day what? I'm not going to go to that. And she said, after I said that, then I decided to pray about it. She said, and the Holy Spirit told me to go to the meeting. She said, I couldn't believe the music and the message that we received. And she started crying there in the parking lot. And she said she would continue to pray for us. So I gave her a pen, a Three Angels Messages pen, and she accepted it with tears. So there's more of our camp. Now you see those are the tents, these tents, I'll figure it out. These are the tents that were destroyed, so that big tent was right in that area. You see pastors standing there. We had worship every day. Ignacio couldn't be here today, but I don't know what I would have done without him. Ignacio is the one that kind of led out as, Ignacio and Rachel, the two of them led out as leaders, directors in my absence there at the camp. And I thank you, Rachel, so much, Ignacio. This is our banner, and we want to thank Joseph's dad. He's not able to be here today. He's out of town. But he designed and built the stands for us. And this is our banner, which has all the classes, the Pathfinder classes there at the top. I'm glad it made it up because we weren't blessed to have it the entire time because of the storm. Okay. Welcome to Kentucky. This is a group from Africa. There were people from all over the world. This is a pin trading tent that was sponsored by Georgia Cumberland. So they had all kinds of pins. There were adults there all the time. It was crowded all the time. People coming in just to trade pins, and you can see the group of people there. This is our bus driver. We had a great bus driver. There's Pastor. He always wanted to make sure he was in good with the bus driver if he wanted to stop and get any extra food or anything. I may have added a little something. Okay, and you see Pastor and Miss Mildred there. All right, and then that is Devil's Tower. Okay, that's what Lillian wanted to climb. There is a little girl. She's not even 10 years old. She climbs that mountain every day. Her parents said she climbs it every day. She lives there in the area. And you see some of our young people who are trying to look at that through the eyeglasses. This is just another picture of the group there during the worship time. And they stopped at, where was it, everybody? Perkins for breakfast. So you see Nina and Braylon there enjoying all those pancakes. So the whole group, I met them there at Perkins and enjoyed breakfast. That's one of the tents you see that was damaged. That's one of the tents you saw that was standing, but after the storm. And then there's a picture of Ignacio in our shirt. That's the Southern Union shirt, right? Okay. Every day you wore different.
Well, here's our campsite, guys. Ooh-wee! Hopefully not too much stuff got wet. I am pumped.
Now, we were all in a building. And Ignacio was one of the last of our group to come into the building, and they cut it off right before Ignacio. They told him he couldn't come in the building. They said it was full now. So he had to walk the 2 miles. It's storming now. He walked back to the camp. He sent me that video. I didn't get it. And he's actually in the tent. He videoed the whole thing. He's trying to hold the tent up, and the wind is blowing the tent over him. But he was there in the tent during the storm. And the rest of us were in a brick building. I'm just glad we did pray for him, and we're just glad God protected him. Okay, we had the creation display. It's hard to see that with the animals, and then there are real animals there, the horses. They provided, you could take the horsemanship honor, but you could also ride the horses. Okay, then they had a lot of fun things for the younger ones. Now here on the side, on the left-hand side, that's some of us sitting there in the building during the storm.
Another unexpected adventure. We are sheltering inside a building because there's a severe thunderstorm warning in place. We have canceled all meetings for the evening. The opening meeting is canceled, not just postponed, canceled. So that's a big deal. People have been working for years on this, but the weather report is that the storm is going to be severe. So everybody is sheltering in buildings. They have a number of buildings. These are the people so far in this building. And if there are more people, at some point, I will let you know. But right now, this is us.
That's Shelton's mom. She really took pictures and actually it's a documentary of the whole thing. And at first, some people thought it was a tornado, but it wasn't. And it's interesting because several of us who have attended so many of the Camporees, we talked about how every time we were threatened with whether it was a storm, tornado, or whatever, God took it around. And this is the first time that we've had a severe storm like this during a Camporee. And we pray, God, please, you always. But sometimes you still see blessings in the middle of a storm. And God did show his blessings, show his power during the storm. Uh-oh, wait, go on. Okay, that's after. Look on the right. You see those clouds coming in? That's where someone took a picture of the storm coming. And then that's our camp. Tents are all down. All right. Okay, so now we're here. Okay, that one made it through in here twice. And
Camporee,
we're getting ready to leave
with all
now.
the amenities and accoutrements. We have amenities and accoutrements. Accoutrements too. We had all of that. So we are leaving. Our bus is loaded and locked.
So we
locked down. full of cheer. This woman is really happy. She's acting like nothing went wrong this weekend.
There we are, Nina. I don't know why the video, we had a video. I don't know if we went past it. There's a video of the pastor. I wanted to surprise them. I had the video of the pastor and Renelle in here. I don't know what happened to it. It was in here. I don't know what happened. But he said you can get it. But that looks like that's the end. Somebody hijacked my so, but that's just a little report about what we did during that time. All right. Any of our adults want to say anything? Okay, I see Nina. Come on down. Come on, Renelle. Two of you.
One thing I wanted to say is that I know the pastor was talking about going over the fence, but because everybody's the outlook after the storm, everybody was just like, oh, you went through this big storm. The evening meeting was going to be canceled, and you had just gone through all this, and then you're having to walk the 2 miles back to camp, and there was a whole bunch of mud, and it was just like, oh. And I know it was hard for you, Renelle, but having you go over the fence and everybody just was on the ground laughing. We needed that release. We needed that release at your expense, Renelle.
See, what happened is the team was not a team. That's what happened. I told them, I say, my clothes is hooked to the fence. My clothes, they're still dragging me over. So guess what? My beautiful shirt, my Camporee shirt is ripped. My coat that I had on, ripped. My bra, ripped. And no one helped me up. Okay. So my trip, I was kind of nervous to go because me and bus and over the water and stuff is a no-no. So I had like a little panic attack at first when I heard about it. But overall, the trip was awesome. I didn't like the rain, cause then, Not to Wyoming though. We're not going there. When the rain came, it kind of changed our mood because it not just wet, it was cold. And then to walk to get food. I was in the tent with y'all from time to time. The RV was cold as well. So we had to walk for the food. The walk, like once you get used to it, it was kind of short. So I don't know what these kids talking about. It was short after a while. I did like the community service. I love it. At first, I was like, tombstone, ew. But their tombstone is very beautiful. It don't look like a grave site or anything like that. It's very, very beautiful. And then, what else? We are moving to Nebraska. Definitely moving over there. And I would do it again. Nina and, Mr. and Mrs. Palmer did a good job on the bus with us.
Give it up for our accountant. He made sure everybody got their little piece of money. Yes. He did it professionally. No lie. We had fun, games. Next 5 years, everyone. Oh, well, I'll pass on that.
They said they contract.
Oh, no.
Unless something happens. And somebody else want to say something? Oh, okay, come on.
Okay, one more thing, because I just mentioned about the going over the fence. Hold on one second.
When I was doing community service, I sprayed myself, and I wanted to say that after the storm, there was a rainbow, and we went to take a picture. We came back to take a picture, but it was gone.
That's true. That was really beautiful, because we had been in the building, and afterwards they said she had to use the bathroom, and when we went over to go by the bathroom, the doors were right there, and there was a huge double rainbow outside, and everybody who was in the line right there for the bathroom, everybody was looking at the rainbow, and everybody said, "Believe the promise." And just to hear all the kids say that, and just realize that everything that they had just gone through, and to see a promise of the rainbow there, and to see them call it out. No adult called it out for them. And Kennedy saw, after she heard the other kids saying, "Believe the promise," and she said, "This was supposed to be about Moses. This is Noah." They said it should have been about Noah here. But just having that reminder in the sky was really touching. And I have been to several international camporees, and this one touched in another way. And I think it was very timely for us to go through this one, because all the other camporees, we went through the one where the tornado split and went around us. We were at the one where a meteorite came across the sky, and there was beautiful colors as it slowly went across the stage. We saw the one with the Southern Cross in the sky and the clouds. But this one, we went through so much trouble. It wasn't what we were kept from, but what we were kept through. In this one, we had in our club, because my mom as acting director was working for Three Angels for Kids, which was an amazing honor. And I know you guys taught several hundred people, went to their booth, and that was amazing. But within our club, there was some foundation that was missing. And there was so much like struggle in the club through the week that we needed those reminders, when those meetings that we were finally able to go to listen to the messages in the meetings, to see the rainbow in the sky. We needed those reminders of the God who would keep us through the storms, not just from the storms. And I think I needed those reminders from relationships between people, how we treat each other when we're going through struggles, seeing who people really are when they're going through struggles. Because, I mean, when everything's going great, people act one way. But when things are going wrong, that's when you see people's true colors, and to see how people are kept through it. And even the club that we went along with, when we were leaving, and seeing how some people don't do well when they're going through struggles. But when we got home, something that got me, I said, and then my aunt getting sick at the end of it, I wanted to read the stories that came from the Camporee. every day of the Camporee, they put out a newspaper, a full newspaper. And so when we were on Friday, I went and got all the newspapers because I wasn't able to get them each day. And I asked, they have a little post office there where you can get all the newspapers. I got a newspaper for each day. And when we got home, I started reading through the newspapers from the Camporee so I could read the stories of what did I miss during the Camporee as I was walking back and forth and maybe having the little ones. What else was going on there that we could see the good stories so that I can end up dwelling on negative when all kinds of things are going on wrong and when I'm pulling the wagons for the little ones or looking at the storms. And then going through my aunt's death at the end, it was like I wanted to hear those positive stories. And I have been blessed to hear people's stories through the Camporee, the hundreds of children who were baptized through the week, the miracles of Pathfinders all around the world who came to this Camporee and were blessed, the fun of the some of the honors that we didn't get to do, but seeing the blacksmithing honor and seeing the pioneers honor and how people from around the world are like, wow, that's what it was like here in America a long time ago. We still do it like that. Reading that story of what they did. And I needed to see the picture of what other people, even when things were hard, how they had a wonderful time. And finally, on that Friday, when we realized Sabbath, which is always the highlight of every Camporee, and how that was going to be canceled. That was like the nail in the coffin. It was like, are you serious? They're canceling the Sabbath? That's always the best. But on Friday, when we realized it was going to be the end, we were like, you know what? We're going to have fun at this song service. And Tania and I wrapped up in a blanket. We stood up with our flashlight, and we were singing the songs out. And I saw there was a video, I don't know if we have it, of Believe the Promise song, but it's taken from Friday night. And so you're able to see all the, and it's, they had a camera from up ahead, so you could see everybody waving their flashlights. Everybody knows now this is the end, it's gonna be canceled. But to see everybody singing out the songs, raising their lights, and having the joy of actually making it through the struggle, that really meant a lot to me. And it meant a lot to be with Tania. Kennedy had fallen asleep, even with 60,000 people singing around her. She had fallen asleep. But singing with Tania, and that really meant a lot to me as a mother to go through this experience.
I fell asleep right when the water parted.
That was during the play. They showed the Red Sea parting, and they did it in a beautiful way using laser and everything. And she had fallen asleep, and we were trying to wake her up so she could see that ending, the climax part. But she was knocked out. It was very tiring for her. But yes, I'm just thankful that we were able to go through this experience. No.
I was going to call her up. If she didn't come, I was going to call her up because Rachel was one of the staff members.
Well, let's see. Since I'm one of the young people, for me, the trip started very interesting. We loaded the bus, and everyone went to the back of the bus. In some way, somehow, between Raynell being on the left side of the aisle and someone passing and me being on the right side, my knee went to the left and it went to the right at the same time. And so the knee popped out of the socket and back in. And this is us within 5 minutes of loading the bus. So immediately I felt like I was going to pass out, but my nurse came to my aid And Mildred was like, Rachel, what can we do? So we went outside, and I got down on the ground, and I thought, this trip is going to be terrible. So the knee got really, really big, and that's how we started the trip. So with a bad knee, and Raynell had to trade seats with me, so I got a full seat to extend my leg out, and that was an interesting trip, but I did. I healed myself. So, but you know, the interesting thing was that regardless of what happened, so we decided one of the places that we stopped at was Cracker Barrel. And that was good. But then we noticed shortly after leaving Cracker Barrel that all of the girls' legs started to swell. So we had pretty much most of the girls, I don't know if the girls did, but all of our feet were so swollen. So they faulted me for going shopping on the trip. Everyone went to eat and I went to the store. So I went shopping for socks and was handing socks out to anyone who needed socks. But these are like all the small things on our trip that we went through. Now, people will fault me for having an RV on the trip while everyone else. So you will see on the pictures that there are all tents out and then my RV in the background. But I'm going to tell you that this was a blessing. The Lord knew that my RV would be needed during this trip. So, because of the situation with the porta potties, I will not elaborate. In the middle of the night, the girls needed somewhere to use the bathroom. And so Raynell will know at about, 10:30, 11 o'clock every night, all we heard was, can I use the bathroom? Now, we have hookups in certain parts of the camp, but our RV was not hooked up to anything. So the rule was go fast and use limited toilet paper. Everyone knew the rule. So you come in, use the bathroom, and then you're out. But, you know, it worked out. The showers were interesting issue. And we had a joke that I think just about everyone might have cried at least one time on this trip by the end of it. Raynell lost her cell phone. We looked for Raynell's cell phone all Friday. In 65,000 people, she lost her cell phone somewhere on that 1 mile walk. And we thought about it. We told everyone about it. And it was about Saturday morning at 5:30. I woke up and we had called her cell phone all day Friday. And 5:30 Saturday morning, I said, Raynell, something is telling me to call your phone right now. I called her phone and someone picked up. And we were like, good morning, hello. And he told us where to get her phone. So we found her phone right before we were scheduled to leave. So God did answer prayers. And so what Nina said was, I'm thankful. Despite all the stories that went out, my mother was calling and saying, are you guys okay? Do I need to send a helicopter to pick us up? Because it was bad storms. But, you know, I think it was important for us to go. And like what Joseph said, that was the whole reason why we were there. And sometimes there are situations in our lives that don't look all that great. And they don't feel great. But they build us up to be able to withstand even the next storm that comes up. So it was my pleasure to go with you guys on the trip. And the next trip, I will take my RV again.
All of this, they're memories that are made. And you see how God answers prayer in so many different ways. So, in 5 years, there'll be another one. So get ready for that. As Shelton, yes, we haven't heard from Shelton. Oh, okay, great.
Hi, guys. You never mentioned the 4 pounds of spaghetti that you eat that night. All right. That was going to be your last spaghetti in Wyoming from me. Well, it was good. This is life. It was good. My happy, what? Like I believe it was good, Ms. Cooper. Thank you for bringing us over there. My happy moment was when they, well, Nina, I'm sorry, guys, when they say they're going to cancel, for real. I'm going to be honest. Listen, when they canceled Sabbath, because we were waiting for a storm, that's why they canceled. It's like, God, please take us out of here before something happened more. No. My sad moment that I cried was when I was watching the parade and I saw all those people from Philippines, Africa, or international people from far away. And I said, oh my God, these people, save money all those years to come here and just, they're going to cancel. They cancel a few nights. It was, I'm sorry, but it was a mess. There was a lot of money, spent to, that was my sad and cry moment in the parade. I mean, it was good. The kids have fun. My clothes got wet, all the blankets and stuff, everything got wet, everything. Because I went to support my Pathfinders, and I stayed in the tent with my husband. Yes, next to the kids. So I didn't go glampy, so I was strong. So, Shelton, it's your turn. But it was fun, guys. It was fun. But next 5 years, you go.
Yes, thank you. So I'll just say it like this. For those that don't know, Mildred and I have something in common. We are not campers. We can camp, but we don't like to camp. Matter of fact, I would border on hating that. I went because of a special relationship with my mother-in-law who told me we were going to go camping a year before this event took place. And I said, I'm not, but you guys can, be welcome to go. But as things would have it, one thing after the other happened, and the number of men that were going to be on the trip got greatly reduced to where it became that it was me and the pastor for our whole group, right? And Ignacio. And so I found my responsibilities. Yeah, I know I wasn't going to call him out, but.
I'm Marine. Fuck up.
He did help. He did help.
And Bill also.
And Bill helped as well. But I would say this. Thank you to the church because of your support and the funds and people encouraging in the prayers, we were able to make it through. I found strength that I didn't know I had with a number of the situations. It's one thing when you plan for a situation. It's another thing where God has other plans. And this entire trip was, we plan this, we plan that. We think we're going to do this. We think things are going to go a certain way. And what do you do when nothing works the way that you expect? And so I had some moments that I won't get into, but God and I had a lot of talks during the trip. It was a lot of the time it was me, my mother, who is a therapist, and I needed her. And I was with Braylon and her during long portions of the time, pulling a wagon through mud, pulling a wagon miles and miles every day. And what I found through the whole experience, I kept looking at the Pathfinders because I'm thinking, the way I'm feeling, they have to hate what's happening right now. And anytime I thought they were like done, I look over and they're smiling or they're laughing, like Tania and who was in the tent with you? Okay, so they had like, after the storm and all the rain, what we're not talking about is the reality of camping after a storm. And so you lift up their tent and they're like on mats, but there's water all under it. And they're just laughing and joking and playing around with the water under it. I mean, the whole time they camped, the water never left. It was just their attitudes were still having fun. And so after I saw the resilience, that's the word? The resilience of the Pathfinders. And I went out to take a shower and it's like freezing cold. You got to walk to get there and take your towels and everything. And I passed this camp and there was this group from one of the islands and they were all out standing at attention. There was hundreds of them. And they're singing songs, praising God, lifting their flags, having a full-blown worship early in the morning when I'm just trying to get to the shower. But I see them and I'm like, what kind of attitude? What type of gratefulness do they have? And it started to change my attitude about the whole situation. And in the end, I sat there and I said, I still don't like camping. I still don't like a number of the elements. But if it means that some of our young people will be saved, I'll do whatever it takes. And that's where I left the whole trip. All the stuff that we went through, the ups and the downs, sometimes just really being frustrated. I'm willing to do it if I believe that it's going to help somebody else be saved. And that's the attitude that I just want to bring to the church. There were a lot of children there, a lot of young at heart. And no matter what the situation was, we could see the lives being changed for the good. So if you have a chance, look at some of the stories from the Camporee. And in spite of everything, thousands of young people gave their lives to Christ because of what took place.
And I want to end to thank my husband. Babe, you worked so hard. So, yes, he did. When that storm came, we have to clean up those tents, the clothes, and everything. So, thank you.
I say thank you, Pastor. She said, babe, I know my title is Pastor. Thank you, Pastor, because a lot of... I love to see how he breaks out things happen. But a lot of clubs weren't blessed to have their pastors with them. And through thick and thin, flipping over, falling down, whatever, he was right there with us, smiling, and I appreciate that. And one of the things I learned, there are all different kinds of storms, and even though I knew that it wasn't going to rain Sabbath, I knew because I've heard from some of the health people. There are a lot of different storms. So there were people there that came down with COVID. So if you could imagine, if you're in a city of 33,000 and you have 65,000, and within that 65,000 there's COVID, that's a storm for that city. So it's time for you guys to leave. So a lot of people left, but a lot of us didn't. It was the best day of the entire Camporee. That Sabbath was beautiful. They had the Sabbath program. They did it all because too many people stayed. So you had to provide. And so we had the most amazing Sabbath. God blessed on that Sabbath. And I just pray that those people, you don't hear things that happened afterwards, but we did not hear of a big breakout of COVID. So I'm thankful for that. But that was what happened. And so that was the storm. You hear on the news different things. They talk about a storm, and it's not really rain or snow or whatever. But and that was their way of not starting a panic attack. You just say a storm. And everybody had been through it, and they didn't want to go through another one. So they cut on out of there. So, but God did bless those that stayed behind, and it was a beautiful day. And as we talk about how God blessed our children in preparation, they, as parents, you know that they took a Bible study class and they received a special pen for that. And that was something they were going to be recognized for on that Sabbath, because they talked to me about our club, because our club, everybody in our club took the class. And he said that we would be recognized. But I want to say thank you to the parents, because we couldn't have done it without you. Those parents who encourage your students, you made sure that they looked, we talked about they looked sharp, but it was only because you parents dug deep in your pocket to make sure they had what they needed. And as a director, I wanted to say thank you for your support. And even though, you know, I had to say that about Lucian just to see him laugh, but I tell you, Lucian helped us so much. And when we got back, Lucian is the one that drove our equipment to Atlanta for us to get there. 3 hours. I said, Lucian, thank you so much. So I appreciate that. There's one person, and I know she can get up and talk. There's one adult that was there, and she did not come up, and that's Miss Mary. Miss Mary? You have anything you want to say, Miss Mary? That's right, Miss Vivian. Oh, now she had some fun. She talked about how much fun she had. Come on down. I know, Pastor, we're going over our time, but come on down, Vivian. Come, Vivian. I'm looking. I want to make sure I didn't leave out any of the adults that went. Yes. Okay.
Not much, but I did have a good time. The highlight of the camping trip, I must say, although I wasn't in it, was coming back to the campground to find out the head got drowned out. I mean, the mud, and I told my granddaughter, this is the best experience of camping. Now you know what camping entails. I mean, they tents were on the fence, tents were blown everywhere, water and mud. In fact, I saw a wheelchair guy trying to get back to his tent, and his wheels got stuck in the mud, and he couldn't even get back to his tent. I mean, but me and my daughter, we viewed the town glamping about 5 or 6 times around in a circle.
They stayed in the hotel.
We did. I was going to get to that. But I did extend the invitation to anybody who need to come to the hotel and take a bath or whatever they need to do. We were there. We were there, because I'm not really a camper either, believe it or not. But I did walk at least 3 miles back and forth to those tents, about 3 miles. I am 79 years old. I walked 3 miles straight. Cooper told me I can do it, but I told her I couldn't. She told me I could, and I did. So I did have a good time, and I recommend it for everyone. Next 5 years, it's great. Great experience.
Sorry, guys, I'm an introvert person, so it's so hard for me to speak in front of you. But anyway, this Camporee is a dream come true to me, because I myself is a Pathfinder when I was young. So it's like when they announced that they're gonna have a Camporee, so I was like, I'm not gonna miss it. But anyway, that Camporee is like, the lesson I learned is like, we're like the Israelites complaining to Moses. So it's like in our, the reality of life, that we are like the Israelites complaining of what's going on, the storms, everything, the porta potties, the showers. Anyway, but we believe the promise. God is testing our faith. That's it.
had been going to Oshkosh for 20 years, and they knew at Oshkosh how to prepare for that many people. And they say the next one in Gillette, they'll be ready. I remember the first time they came to clean the porta potties. Number one, there weren't enough. And they didn't realize that. There were a few porta potties. And then they brought this little toy truck to clean them. I saw this little teeny truck. I remember Oshkosh, 24/7, the trucks were coming. And they're huge trucks. I mean, 65,000 people are going to the bathroom every day, all day. You've got to have. So they learned, and when I talked to Pastor Whitehead afterwards about it, and he and I talked on the phone, and he was asking me, what do you think of some things that we could do differently? He knew, he said, everybody mentions the porta potties, and he said they had talked about that. They just had he said that city just had no concept. That and the showers too, just preparing for that many people. And he said that won't happen again. You were blessed. Praise God. You want to tell us about your blessing? Uh-oh, he's going to make a testimony. Are you going to make an altar call afterwards?
I might take an offering, though. My issue all the time, the only issue I had, because I've been through the more difficult things than that, right? But my issue was the bathroom. I say, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Because that's a serious matter for me. My family knows that. I can wait a whole day just to go to my house, easily. But, couldn't do it a whole week. As I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I was walking towards the place. I like to explore. I like to know where I am. That's me. So I went around to look and see, I got to find something. And it was this little house covered with pines. And I went there. Ta-da! Clean and regular bathrooms. I said, Lord, you're so good. So I told Mildred, baby, I found something. He said, what? Yes, let's go. And every time we walked there, we took maybe 10 minutes? 10, 15? Listen, for me, no. For me, it was like 10 minutes. Because I would run there if I have to. But I would not use those.
You found a place 10 minutes away, and you knew they were walking for...
No, I told them. Everybody, I share the news just when I want to use it. I said, I'll be quiet because then we're going to be full. Right? But I showed you once when we went walking to the service that we stopped at the side, remember? All the way over there. Right where RBs were. I say there was shower and every regular toilets. I said, the Lord provides. That's all my issue. I said, if I go over there again, Ms. Cooper, we got to make sure we get something closer to that place. Oh, boy.
And so that's why we were all the way in the back. But I said, Lord, 5 years ago I was with Columbia Union. Columbia Union was in the back because they had been in the front. Then I come here, and now I'm with Southern Union. They had to go to the back. But we'll be in the front next time.
I know where the bathroom is. I can go.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, there was something that you said. There was something you said that brought something to my mind I wanted to say. It's gone. But it'll come right back. But first, Pathfinders, attend. 5 steps forward, move. About face. Okay, Pastor wants us to do something, but we'll do it. Maybe what we'll do is we'll go down the aisle and come around this way. Okay. Okay, so he wants you to see what they did at the parade. Okay, Pathfinders, attend. Hut. Fall in. Fall out because we're not. I'm sorry. Out face. Fall out. Not take them through. Yes, would you please? Okay, cover. Cover. Ready? Oh. Hey. I want to give them another hand. That's great. Not too many teams can do that. You haven't practiced it for. Everyone that attends a Pathfinder camp. Friday night.
All right, here we go.
to doubt. Believe the promise is true. In the desert night, a mysterious sight, you unveiled your plan through a burning fire. And all our misery, our chains and our pleas, you stretched out your hand and you set us free. Amen. When the enemy's bearing down on me, when the way to freedom is across the sea, the eastward wind obeys your command. You make a way and I see dry land. 1, 2, 3. Who you say you are, we believe. Whoa, and what you say you'll do, we believe it's you, 'cause we can count on you. Whoa, no need to doubt, believe the promise is true. And when our wanderings bring us suffering, and the serpent's venom leaves us sting, we think of your promise as timeless and true. We look to the cross, God, and we find you. Who you say you are, we believe. Oh, and what you say you'll do, we believe it's you, 'cause we can count on you. Whoa, no need to doubt, believe the promise is true. Pathfinders, do you believe he went to prepare a place for you? All right, let's sing his promises. Yes, you are alive. You are all we need. Always by our side. These are your promises. In the darkest times, yes, you give us peace. Bringing hope to life. These are your promises. Yes, you are alive. You are all we need. Always by our side. These are your promises. In the darkest times, yes, you give us peace. Bringing hope to life. These are your promises. 1, 2, 3. Who you say you are, we believe. Oh, and what you say you'll do, we believe it's you, 'cause we can count on you. Oh, no need to doubt, believe the promise is true. Amen, amen. Thank you so much for singing with us. We love you, Pathfinders.
Yeah, 60-some thousand people. That's a lot, isn't it? A lot of lights. You think you have? Thought we gave them the flashlights. All right, Pastor, I want you to help us out. If you can give everybody one of these. Everyone that attends a Camporee, whether you're an adult or a child, yes, we're going to call them up. They're going to come right by and we're going to give them. They will all receive. This is oh Lord. They all receive a pin from the Southern Union, and when they open it up, it represents every state that's in the Union, as well as their whatever their symbol is. That's on the inside. Everyone will receive a pin. You can hold that one up from the conference, and each pin has a different plague. You know, it was about Moses and the plague, so there's different ones. There's a set of 14. And then Kennedy has the big patch. Want to take one out and hold it up, Kennedy, for those people that want those? There's a big patch. And then Pastor has a guide that has a lot of stories of what clubs went through, because you'll be amazed at some of the things that clubs went through. One club, they broke down, what was it, 100-some miles away? Their vehicle broke down, and let me tell you, they made that announcement, and people there at the camp made sure those people got there. People that had vehicles went, helped bring all their equipment and everything. So you'll see some of those stories. So we're going to have the Pathfinders come around and get theirs, and then adults, you too, come right at the end.
The old people
The old people too. All right, so come right around, starting with Reagan. Brian, I have you some money, man. I didn't look first. Come, keep coming.
Right? I'm telling you, man. My best here. Not all of you all. Baby, right? Jack, what are you doing here, Jack?
Okay, give Pastor. After you get that. Right. No, these are people that aren't here.
Next year you work with us.
So we'll make sure that they receive this. Okay, now we have our closing prayer unless somebody else needs to say. Pastor, you have any more words you want to say? Not,
Yes, we want to say thank you to you, Miss Cooper. Right? Yes. Nah, you work hard and you made it. Right? At the beginning we thought we would not get it done, but God provide you and all the parents that work together. So we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Go ahead. That's right. I was going to say that. Right? Nina, we have also let me tell you, I like the bus. I like the trip. Thank you for planning the way we stop and while we stop. And the food, I like the place. I love breakfast, so I enjoyed that breakfast. So we can go out next week if we want to, just for that. Yes. All right. So thank you, Miss Cooper. I want to give a round of applause to Miss Cooper again. Yes. I think you finished? We finished? Yeah. Yeah, before the prayer, next week, we're going to have the seminar next week. I know you guys are too tired now. Okay, so we're going to have the seminar next week. Please, we're going to make a list of those that want to have some names, right? So we pray for those names. We got to start praying for those names. And next week, we're going to have the seminar. But I don't know if some of you guys are going to be here or traveling away, right? But hopefully, all of you guys come back for Saturday and we enjoy it, right? Don't eat too much turkey. We're vegetarians here.
Before Emmanuel prays, Miss Pastor, you wanted to say something? Miss Mildred.
Please, we're going to also, the 21st is evangelistic program. We're going to have a full-blown, it will be like a crusade day. Instead of just having the program, we're going to have a nice day the 31st, so please. Plan to invite somebody. We're going to give you invitations so you can invite people. That will be the right evangelistic effort for the year.
Right, before Emmanuel gives us our closing prayer, there's just something, and I'm going to have them hold it up because I told them to bring it with them, because you've been hearing us say they collected pens or they traded pens. And we provided something for them to put their pens on that they collected from people that was in their bags. So they had that. Some of them have so many that they bought pen bags so that they can share. So we're not going to take much more time. I asked them to bring them. Come stand, all of you stand up here, and you can just hold yours up or show the pens that you collected from different countries. I mean, they're amazing. Look at all, they're in books and. Yeah, you should see some. We can have them hold them, and you can come and see them afterwards. I meant they would have sets from different countries. I remember Africa had some very interesting pens. The continent of Africa. They were. Yep. He had a rifle. Yeah, he had a planting. Oh, here's the one. Here's the one with the rifle. He actually traded. He has it. He's holding a rifle. All right. There was one pen I wanted so bad. It cost $100. But it made a cube when you finished. When you put it all together, it made a cube. But they do, when we first started, the first one in 85, they were little plastic pens, little things. They really go all out now. Oh, no, if you have a plastic one, no one will trade with you. They don't want it. You'll take them all home. You will take them all home. But that they really got involved, and I appreciated that they really got engaged and interacted with people from different countries. And this one is the one we gave the lady messages.
For attention. Dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for giving us life and strength. Thank you for this wonderful day, for being here. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
I want to thank Miss Vivian because on Friday, she came to the lunch table and she showed Denver some international pins that she found, and they were selling them. And as you can tell on Friday, that's really the last day of the week you can buy stuff because you can't buy stuff on Saturday. The sun was getting ready to set. Me, Ignacio, and Charlene all wanted to get international pins. Like, one of the main reasons I wanted to go to the Camporee was to get a Mexican pin. And so then when I heard the word international pins, I was on the other side of the tent where we eat. I sprinted to the other side, asked her where she got them. She was like, oh, they're selling them over there. And so I run to Ignacio and Charlotte, and I tell them, hey, we've got to go now. They're selling international pins. I don't know for how much, but do we really care? And thanks to her, I accomplished my goal of getting this one right here. This one is from Mexico. It's a little eagle with all the Pathfinder classes. So I just want to thank her for that.